Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we have Puzzle Expert, what do you want to be called here?
Alex.
Alex. We have Puzzle Expert Alex here, and we're doing a dog puzzle speed run any percent. I believe this is the first run of its category done, so we're really shooting for a world record here, but we'll see how it goes. We're hoping for a PB at least. Okay, the time starts now.
Okay, so we've got to find the corner pieces first.
I agree.
And like edges too, make sure that you're taking the edges out. But that's the first step to a good puzzle speedrun.
I agree. Full words from Puzzle Master Alex. Look, we got puzzle skip.
Oh, we got a puzzle skip.
We got puzzle skip. Yeah.
Okay. Maybe we'll find more puzzle skips. That's always important in a good puzzle speedrun as well.
Yeah, that's fully RNG, and that's actually box manipulation. You have to like call the company to get that RNG manipulated for you.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Yeah, we're doing our best to give commentary here, but this is our first recorded speed run, so...
Yeah, we're kind of really focused.
We've got a couple practice runs under our belt, but you know how it is, you know. Okay, well, you know what they say about puzzles. When they don't work, you just force them together until they do, right?
Well, yeah, that's how a puzzle works.
Thank you.
The pieces don't actually have to line up. Oh, look, we kind of got another box RNG. Oh, except they don't match.
Oh, we got puzzle skip again! Pog.
Sometimes it'll look like you have puzzle skip, but you actually don't, and the pieces just aren't actually meant to be together.
God, I really hope they patch that out in the next release.
You know, I'd hope so too, but... Oh, look, we got puzzle skip with edge pieces!
Yeah! It's gonna save us a lot of time in the long run.
It will. Did you find a piece that fits?
I think so.
That was our first official piece that we put together.
That is correct. This run is going swimmingly.
Have we found any corner pieces yet?
Not to my knowledge.
Okay, if you find a corner piece, please state it out loud. That's important in the puzzle speedrun.
I agree.
So the times will be when we find our first corner piece, when we get the edge put together, and then when the puzzle is finally completed. I don't think we're specifically doing segments.
No, we're not doing segments.
Which is fair.
You know, we can't really have splits if this is the first run.
Found the first corner piece.
Yeah, corner piece.
So this one is orange and blue.
Orange and blue corner. That will be noted. That is. Looks like top left.
Okay, perfect.
Where's the bottom right? Oh no, this is such a hard puzzle. No, it's bottom left.
Bottom left, perfect.
Cool. That's really important to set the orientation of the puzzle early.
It is.
You know?
Yeah. Once we find all four corner pieces, let's start sorting by color, because that is also very important. This is another puzzle skip. Unless this was...
puzzle skip.
Oh, look. Puzzle skip number 3.
Man, we've got so much good RNG this
Second
run.
corner piece. This is blue with a little bit of orange. It looks like...
Second corner piece.
It's going to be top left.
All right, I believe you.
That's most certainly top left.
You are the puzzle expert here, you know?
Yeah, I am the puzzle expert. And we found our third corner piece, which is top right.
Top right, yes.
So we're just looking for bottom right.
That is correct.
Now, I would say it's a coincidence that the puzzle expert has found all the corner pieces so far.
No, clearly you're more experienced than I am at this.
It's okay. You have a lot to learn, but you're also doing phenomenal for a first-timer.
You know, this is my first run. I don't know if I've mentioned that yet this run, but...
No, you have not.
Okay, I'll mention it 12 more times.
This is not a puzzle skip. That looked like it was a puzzle skip, but it's not. You'll get that every once in a while. Be cautious of that. Be wary.
Hate when that happens.
There should be one more corner piece that we're not seeing. In the puzzle world, we actually call them cornies.
You know, I believe that. I've heard that before somewhere.
Yeah, no, it's...
You should all spread this to all your friends. The corner pieces are called cornies.
It's a real thing. I'm not making this up.
It's a real thing in the puzzle world, and we are experts.
Okay, right corner piece is going to go a little slightly over here so we can keep track of it.
I agree.
And I'm going to put the left corner pieces over here so we can also keep track of them because we don't need it completely.
Yeah, next step in the route is the edges, right? Once we get all of them.
We're going to want to get the edges together. But there's still one more corner piece that's hiding from us. So just keep looking through all the pieces, put all of the pieces that are not edges or corner pieces in that pile that we have. It's important that you put all the pieces that aren't edges in a pile and you have a specific pile for that, because if not, you might be going through the same pieces over and over again, and that is no bueno.
You know, that's good puzzle knowledge for all my viewers out there.
Yeah. I'm doing my best to give them the best puzzle knowledge out in the world right now.
So glad I brought you onto this couch.
There's actually researchers like right now working on puzzle study. They've been doing it our entire lives since the world was created. Actually, in Mesopotamia, puzzles were one of the first forms of entertainment ever created.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Man, that's crazy. I fully believe that.
No, it's 100% true. You can look it up. So, anyways.
Viewers at home, don't look that up. Let us know in the comments if you looked it up.
Anyways.
I found the other corner.
Perfect. Okay. Now that we have all corners, we've got to start putting edges together and like keep looking for edges. Match them with colors. And I will just keep talking about how the ancient Mesopotamians started the study of puzzles, and they really brought it together to what it is today. So back in ancient Mesopotamia, one of the first things that people studied was puzzle making and how to create puzzles. And to this day, we're still learning more and more about puzzles. Originally, there were only 4-piece puzzles, and then gradually we've been able to make larger and larger pieces puzzles.
We got the first edge connected to a corner.
Beautiful. Looking good. So, that is just a fun fact. Puzzle making is as old as society.
Oh man, you know, Dr. Doofenshmirtz once said the word society in a song.
He did once say society in a song, and it was beautiful. So, Max, how many puzzles have you done in your lifetime? I'm just curious.
Well, you know, I'd say I've maybe done 7 in my life.
Seven's a good number.
Yeah, I've never done a solo run of a puzzle, which I'm hoping to get into that content later, but you know, need a little practice first.
You know, that's totally fine. Solo running speedruns, especially with puzzles, can be difficult. I've never actually done one myself. I've never actually done a speedrun of a puzzle. I'm usually just like, you know, studying puzzology as
Is that what they call the study of puzzles?
Yeah, puzzology.
Okay.
It's again, it's been around since society started, as I've said earlier in this video.
Oh man, well, you know, this is also my first puzzle speedrun. I don't know if I mentioned that yet.
You definitely have not mentioned that. Thank you for letting me know.
You're welcome. I do what I can to provide commentary for this channel.
So how are the corner pieces coming along? The cornies?
The cornies, I feel, are doing phenomenal.
Perfect. I'm just trying to move all the non-cornies into a pile.
We got some more edges I can work with.
Yeah, I've got a whole bunch of cornies over here for you. And I'll let you do the cornies while I get all the non-cornies into the pile.
Fantastic. Now, do you call them cornies even if they're still edge pieces, or what's that about? Is there
No, I call the edge pieces cornies as well because it's just easier. There's actually a dispute about that in the puzzle fandom. Some people don't enjoy calling them cornies. However, I just think, you know, they don't need multiple terms. They're all edge pieces. It gets the message across, I believe.
You know, that's so true.
So yeah, that's why I call them all cornies. And again, there will be some puzzle experts out there who hard disagree with me, and that's fine.
Yeah, they're just wrong, right?
Yeah, they're just wrong. Okay, so I believe we have everything that's not a corny in that pile now.
Make sure to like the video if you aren't a puzzle expert, and comment on the video if you are after liking it.
Yeah, and if you are a puzzle expert, please tell me everything that I've said wrong. I will spew out a few wrong facts every once in a while just to keep all you puzzle experts, you studiers of puzzology, along with me. You know, make sure you're paying attention to the video.
Really got to keep them on their toes. You know?
Exactly. Yeah. So right now we should just be matching all of the pieces together by color and hoping that they fit. Really, this is one of the easier parts of the putting the puzzle together.
You know, I agree.
It will get more difficult when we have to add the non-cornies in and do all of that. Pardon me.
You are pardoned, sir.
Good.
Oh no, this goes down here somewhere.
Perfect. These two match up in color, along with this one right here. That is not right.
Oh, I think I've walked in on another corner.
Perfect. It's looking good. Now, some cornies may have gotten into the pile, which is bound to happen every once in a while.
You know, I believe it.
We've got that put together right now. Yeah, if you want to grab those pieces for that, I'm going to start figuring out how to do this down here. That is not correct.
We're getting so close to this.
We are. This will definitely be the best any percent puzzle speedrun ever done.
You think we're on track for a world record?
I think we are on track for a world record right now. Actually, I think the biggest world record for any puzzle speedrun any percent is 5 hours. A lot of younger people tend to gravitate towards the art of puzzles. Not saying that younger people aren't competent, because there are some very smart younger people. But usually the puzzle speedrun is taking place with a 500 or greater puzzle piece. So this 300 one is a bit unorthodox, but at the same time, it's going to work just fine.
You know, I've heard that somewhere else. I think it's true.
It's one. I am the puzzle expert.
That is true. So, how long did you have to go to school to get your degree in puzzology?
So I actually have been studying puzzology for 20 years of my life. I started when I was a 1-year-old.
Okay.
So my parents actually noticed my love for puzzles. So right away they put me in special puzzology schools. So my entire life I was studying puzzles.
Okay.
Well, other people were like out, doing recess and
We
such.
connected to full edge.
Perfect. Yeah, so like some kids would be like out playing recess and stuff, and I'd be like in the other classroom just solving puzzles all day. Lunch, I don't need lunch. I just solved puzzles. That was my food. And again, look that up. Puzzology schools are very they're not, that prominent in America, but if you go places like South America, they're everywhere.
Really?
Yeah. I actually went to a puzzle university in Honduras.
My South American viewers, if you could let me know in the comments, if you go to a school of puzzology, that'd be great.
Yes. Not many people from South America go to puzzology schools, though. They're usually from other places.
Oh, so
because I mean, there are people, but like it's such a specialized school that people will just go there.
Yeah.
From anywhere in the world. You don't have like a majority of any kind of person, because it's all people from around the world.
I've heard that is true.
Yeah. So it does seem like we've got some edge pieces in this pile right here.
Yeah.
Which is fine because we can move on to the next step anyways, which is going to be sorting by color and trying to figure out what goes with what.
Okay.
For example, you can tell that this is going to go with this because they're both pink. That's an important part in puzzle making, actually, knowing what goes with what and how it works. So that looks like it is part of that dog right there. And it would go like that. So right up around here somewhere. So if you want to start going through the non-cornies,
oh yeah, absolutely.
we have a lot more work to do on this puzzle. And again, we're making good record time from what I've seen. I'm just going to take a drink of water right here.
Oh, that is fair and valid.
So, Max, I've heard that you have some good puzzle facts as well.
I do have some good puzzle facts. In 1973, some guy finished the puzzle in under 7 seconds. There is no actual video evidence of this, so we can't verify that fact. But someone nearby him actually did see it happen, and he can confirm. But he went mute days before his trial to confirm that, so we'll never truly know. But the reports say.
That is actually a true fact. We in puzzology school that was studied. We studied that man, and it really is a shame that he went mute days before the trial to confirm. However, that man did solve. It wasn't like too impressive. It was only a 500-piece puzzle, but he did solve it in 7 seconds.
Yeah, of course.
And then you also have a fact about the woman from Russia in 1980.
Oh yeah, the woman from Russia in 1980. How could I possibly forget? Yeah, she somehow got soft locked on a puzzle. Manufacturer sent her 2 bottom left corner pieces, so she wasn't able to complete her run. And honestly, that her save data got corrupted and was never able to complete another run after that. She retired from the scene.
You know, it doesn't happen often, but there are times where puzzles do get soft locked. Now, unfortunately, when a puzzle soft locks, there's not much you can do.
Yeah.
The developers can try to send you like things and whatnot, but most of the time when a puzzle soft locks, you're done for.
That's like a career ender there, you know?
It is. That's why she never came back to the world of puzzle speedruns.
And it's a shame. She was on track to get the record on that puzzle.
That she was. Okay. So, we are 15 minutes in.
That is a correct fact. I agree.
And looks like we're still missing a few cornies.
Cornies, that's unfortunate.
It is. However, who knows how many. It looks like we're missing 1 corny right here and then a few from the bottom, but that's about it. So, the plan now is to just keep sorting by color, and eventually the cornies will show up. I'm just gonna start spreading out pieces because another fun fact about puzzles is the pieces are a lot easier to see if they're spread out. That's actually not a well-known fact. Not a lot of people know that. However, spreading out the pieces is the fastest and most efficient way to solve a puzzle, as
So
you
that's
can
like
see them clearly.
Sacred puzzle tech right there.
It is, yes, and I'm not supposed to be sharing this, but, you know, I can lend out a fact every once in a while.
You heard it here first, folks. And probably last.
Probably.
So what other bits of puzzle wisdom do you have for us?
Well, there's just so much I could give. I just don't know what I can say. In the wise words of my professor, Dr. Jiggy, he did change his last name to Jiggy after, jigsaw puzzles. I don't know what his first name was. But Dr. Jiggy always said, make sure that you are the piece of the puzzle. And then he choked on some celery. I don't know the end of that quote.
Oh man, that's unfortunate to hear that he choked on a piece of celery.
He did. It was, yeah. It's fine though. He was fine the next day. They rushed him to the hospital. Everything was good, and then he went on his merry way. He just never finished the quote. He never wanted to tell us what that quote was.
Oh man, that's crazy.
Yeah. Is there anything specific about puzzles that you would like to know? Any questions that you have?
I'm just curious as to how many puzzles you've completed in your life.
So, being a puzzle studier, I actually haven't completed as many puzzles as most people would think. Over my 21 years of life, I've probably only completed like 300 different puzzles.
Oh, wow.
Which doesn't sound like a lot, when I've been studying my whole life with puzzology. But half of puzzology isn't doing puzzles on your own. It's studying the puzzles, looking at the puzzles, figuring out why the pieces look the way they are, why some pieces have, they're all, pointed out, and why some pieces are all pointed in.
Oh, I believe it.
Yeah, it's a lot of difficult work. And of course, I can't disclose that here on this channel because that is highly classified puzzology information. Now, we are still missing a few edges.
Oh, that is true.
And I believe these actually go over here. Not like that, but these colors match up more with this. This is the mouth of that dog right there.
Oh, I believe it. I see it now.
Mm-hmm. Which means that it would be right here. And we have a match.
We do have a match.
I would say that we're missing 3 edges, one here, and one there.
Yep. Let's just get that position.
I said edges, I meant cornies. You know what I meant.
Oh yeah, I know what you meant.
The other people call them edgies, and sometimes they get the best of me, and I say edgies.
Sometimes you just gotta let go in life,
Exactly. You have to swallow your pride every once in a while.
I agree. True words of wisdom from the puzzle expert.
So, When did you do your first puzzle?
Oh man, I couldn't have been more than like 8 years old, you know?
Yeah.
I got into the game really late.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. And do you recall what that puzzle was?
I'm pretty sure it had the moon. No, I'm wrong. It was a Garfield puzzle.
Mm-hmm.
It was a Garfield puzzle when he was at the beach.
Okay.
It's honestly an iconic puzzle. I might try and track it down to get it on the channel later, you know?
That would be pretty great, yeah. So my first puzzle was actually a fairy tale puzzle.
Oh.
It was of Humpty Dumpty, and I had a few of those at my house, and they were all 25-piece puzzles. So I started, with 25-piece puzzles. Most kids start with, I think, 10-piece puzzles. So,
I started with a 50-piece puzzle, but who's counting?
Yeah, but you were 8 years old. By the time I was 8, I was doing 1,000-piece puzzles.
Oh, okay.
Well, in puzzology, they move you up fast, right?
Yeah, I believe it.
I was getting 300 puzzles done in like minutes in 2nd grade. The reason that I have not gotten this one done so quickly in minutes is because I'm more focused on sharing puzzle knowledge.
And honestly, it's appreciated.
Yeah. I'm glad that you're appreciating this. I'm glad to be on the show. So yeah. That's the thing about puzzology. They do a really good job of teaching you how to do puzzles, but when you have to multitask, this is actually another weird fact about puzzles. When you have to multitask, it's impossible to put complete focus on a puzzle and get it done fast. When you multitask when you're doing a puzzle, it just becomes a painfully average task. You can be terrible at doing puzzles, and you'll become really average if you're multitasking while doing a puzzle.
No,
you can be exceptional at doing puzzles, and you'll just be average when you're multitasking and doing puzzles.
Is there any way to combat this, or is this just part of the game?
There's no way to combat it. It's just part of the game. It's how it works. It's how it was developed.
Man, that's unfortunate.
Mm-hmm.
You really hate to see it sometimes, you know?
You do, but at the same time, I don't know. Most of the time when people are puzzling, they're extremely focused. There's just a bigger, yes, the speedrun's important, but I'm here for puzzle knowledge today.
But, I respect it, and thank you so much for coming on the show today.
Yeah, of course. Yep. That chordy goes there.
Oh, man.
Oh, pardon me. I have a cough.
Man, that's unfortunate.
It is. Yes.
Oh, man, I guess we're kind of stumping the puzzle expert today, huh?
Well, you see, yeah, this is actually, for being a 300-piece puzzle, this puzzle is very intricate. Most 300-piece puzzles have a sort of tell, and you can, you can just tell how they're supposed to work. However, especially with this one, since I didn't get, time before to study the puzzle and look at everything and figure things out, it's been a little more difficult getting that tell and the read on the puzzle.
I wasn't going to waste your time coming on this show. I was going to give you a real doozy of a puzzle here, you know?
No, and I appreciate that. Sometimes I enjoy having my, I enjoy a good challenge.
That's good. I'm glad. Oh man, we're 23 minutes in on this challenge. How's that? Are we on world record pace right now?
So we still are on world record pace, especially for a 300-piece puzzle. Like I said, the fastest 300-piece puzzle, I think for this puzzle specifically, is 5 hours.
This puzzle specifically, 5 hours?
Yes, this is a very difficult 300-piece puzzle. I have studied this puzzle. On solo runs, when I'm not speedrunning, the furthest that, I can do this in, I think, 5.5 hours. I'm close, but I'm also not trying to speedrun.
Now, did you not just say that you had never studied this puzzle before?
Well, I've never studied this specific puzzle, but I've seen other puzzles with dogs and squares.
Oh, okay, yeah, I get it.
That's what I meant. Did I say this puzzle? I meant the category.
Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
No, yeah. It's hard. Like I said, I wasn't multitasking there. I was really focusing on the puzzle and trying to get a read on it.
Oh, yeah.
And so, yeah, just to go back to my fact, you become painfully average at doing puzzles when you're multitasking, but when you're just focusing on the puzzle, everything else just,
Melts away.
yeah. Okay. So see, this piece is red and green, and this is also red and green. That's another not well-known puzzle fact. The colors usually match up. So it looks like we're missing 2 edges here, 1 here and 1 there. Found a corny?
No, not corny.
Ah,
I wish it was a corny.
yeah. Okay. Perfect.
So about how many hours did it take for you to, complete your first puzzle?
My first 25-piece puzzle ever done, the Humpty Dumpty fairy tale puzzle, took me about 20 minutes.
20 minutes? Oh man, that's crazy.
Is a long time for a 25-piece puzzle.
Oh, wow. What would I know? I'm not an expert.
No, it's okay. But from there, I worked really hard and I got my time down to that puzzle specifically to about 3 minutes.
Okay.
And from there on, that's when my parents realized, wow, this guy right here may be a bit of a puzzle expert.
So is that when you moved to South America?
That is when my parents started looking to see how they could get me into the study of puzzology. And then what happened is when I was 1 year old, we flew down to South America. I got a tour of the school. Of course, I was 1 year old, so I don't remember anything about it.
Okay.
My parents met with the greatest minds in puzzology, Dr. Jiggy, Professor Puzzler, all of the greats.
Yeah.
And they went over the pricing, and I was such a prodigy at that time that I was basically getting a full ride at the School of Puzzology in Honduras.
Oh man, that's great.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So anyways, I want to hear more about your puzzle skills. What kind of puzzles do you prefer doing?
You see, I like puzzles with easily identifiable things and less than 500 pieces because I'm pretty inexperienced, but I enjoy a good puzzle from time to time.
That's fair. Yeah, no, a lot of people actually tend to enjoy the puzzles with less pieces. And that would be another puzzology fact is that the less pieces there are, the more enjoyable it seems that the puzzle is. We did a study with, I believe, 100 people, and people seem to enjoy the less numbered puzzles.
Man, 100. That's like at least 90 more than I can count to on my fingers.
Yep, exactly.
Yo, where's that piece you just had in your hand?
The piece that I just had in my hand was right here.
Okay.
Now you see, again, this puzzle is really interesting because it is a rather difficult puzzle for being a 300-piece puzzle.
Yeah, I agree. I have never doubted that statement in my life. Let us know in the comments if you doubted that statement. Or actually, more importantly, let us know in the comment if you didn't doubt that statement.
Yes, please.
Also, if you make a comment in the comments, let us know in the comments that you made a comment.
Please do. If you're first on the video, also comment first. I see that is a very popular thing to do.
And if someone else commented first on the video, you should claim first instead, and then fight in the comments about who was actually first on the video. Because, I'm not going to see. I'm only going to see the victor, and the victor rates history.
Okay.
That's a fun little YouTube fact right there. Giving you the secrets of the trade here. Now, was that a tactical drink of water right there, or what was that? What was that for?
So I just took a sip of water to better hone my puzzling skills. What I'm actually drinking right now is sparkling water with pineapple flavoring.
Ooh.
And so what you don't know about pineapples, or what I'm assuming you don't know about pineapples, is pineapples have special puzzle building. How do I say it? It doesn't.
Enzymes.
Enzymes. That's the best word that I can think of.
Okay.
They have puzzle building enzymes in there, and the enzymes help you better focus on the puzzle, and they give you a fuller picture of what the puzzle is supposed to be. You could just look at the box, or you could have the enzymes in the pineapple.
Oh man, that's crazy. Make sure you like the video if you've ever eaten a pineapple.
Okay. So we are now 30 minutes in to the speed run,
Yeah.
which again, we're making good time.
I believe it.
Right now, we've actually got a lot of the puzzle put together. It's mostly just the task of figuring out how everything fits and what piece goes with the other.
You know, somehow I can't help but believe that. Is that because it's a true fact?
It is a true fact.
Oh man.
And I can say that it's a true fact because I said it, and I am a puzzle expert.
Well, who am I to argue with that?
You heard it here first.
What if I heard it here second?
Well, where did you hear it first?
Well, actually, you know, I may have lied. I actually also went to that puzzling school in Honduras.
Did you now?
Yeah, I did.
Well, then why did I never see you there?
Well, you know, classes were a little boring and I didn't really feel like showing up most of the time, and that's why one of us is the expert here.
That makes sense. So then, you couldn't have done your first puzzle at 8.
No, I did. See, my dad was actually an esteemed puzzologist,
Yeah?
but, you know, I didn't really apply myself, and I didn't want to become my father, as many of us fear. So I just didn't try once they got me into the school.
That's fair.
But, you know, I was a legacy, so they got me in real easy.
I believe it. They always get legacies in easy at the School of Puzzology.
Yep. You know, that's just one of the realities of college these days, you know?
Ain't that just the way?
Ain't that just the way? Ah!
What?
Sorry, I just thought of a goose.
Oh, that's fair. I often think about geese also in Scream.
You know, it happens. My viewers know what's up. They've seen this happen at least 7 times on my channel. Did I mention that this is my first puzzle I've ever done?
You
Speed
have
run.
not, no.
Puzzle speedrun.
Thank you for putting that out there. That is very valuable information.
Would you say that it was brave of me to say that?
It was very brave of you to say that,
Thank you.
especially as to how well the speedrun is going.
You know, I didn't want to say it myself, but I would agree.
So, I'm looking out into the sea of puzzle pieces that we have not put together yet.
Yeah.
And I'm not seeing any more cornies, even though we are missing 2 cornies.
You know, I can check the box while you keep going, and there is nothing in there.
That is fine. I'm sure they're out here somewhere. Sometimes the cornies just blend into the other pieces.
You know, ain't that just the way?
Ain't that just the way indeed?
Now, how often would you say the cornies get mixed in with the other pieces?
The cornies get mixed in with the other pieces a lot. That's actually one of the bigger problems in puzzling, which is what we call the art of putting a puzzle together.
Okay.
So you see, when you have all the pieces strewn about the way we do, it's difficult to tell which ones are cornies because you're just looking at a bunch of puzzle pieces.
Mm-hmm.
And there's just no way to tell which one's a corny and which isn't. It's actually called the blending method after Sir Arthur Blending.
Sir Arthur Blending. Make sure you all write that down at home. In fact, write it down in the comments section, please, so I don't forget it either.
If you've made it all the way, please write Sir Arthur Blending.
Yes, if you've made it this far in the video, which I hope all of you have since you're all dedicated puzzle experts. Make sure you mention.
You see, this is where the puzzle gets more difficult towards the end.
Mm-hmm.
It's always a little more difficult to discern how far you are in the puzzle and what exactly is going on.
No, I believe it.
Mm-hmm. That is because it's a true puzzle fact.
Man, you're really hitting us with all of the true puzzle facts today. I really appreciate that.
Well, I try my best, as a puzzle expert. As the resident puzzle expert.
Yeah.
I do find it important to speak the truth.
And it is much appreciated. You should speak your truth.
Well, this is looking really good so far.
Oh yeah,
Might I say.
I feel like we're really getting to those final stages of the puzzle building experience,
We most certainly are. Now, one thing you really want to pay attention to with this puzzle specifically are the eyes, because each dog in this puzzle has a very specific set of eyes, and it's easy to tell which eyes go with which dog.
Okay.
As you can see, I was able to get the Rottweiler's eyes on, because those are very obviously Rottweiler eyes. You can tell they're Rottweiler eyes because of the way they are.
I've heard that before.
And I do think that is indeed pretty neat.
I would have to agree with that statement, yeah.
Okay. Now this right here is the nose of a dog. This is the nose of this one right here.
Oh man, that's crazy.
You see, when you've done puzzles as long as I have, you just kind of know these things.
Oh, I believe it. And sometimes you just gotta step back and survey the board,
You really do. It's part of the art of puzzling. This piece goes right here. And a true puzzler would know that. And this piece goes right here. Now see, there's one piece missing right here, so we know exactly what that piece looks like.
That is a correct statement.
And that would be this piece right here.
Oh man, that was like some sacred tech. I don't know if I could really keep up with those kind of movements.
Well, that just happens when you're an expert puzzler.
I believe it. I feel like that has to fit there. And that's because it does. I was just dumb earlier.
No, you're not dumb. Puzzles are difficult.
Cruel mistress.
The question with this piece is, where exactly does it fit? And I'm thinking right here. Just kidding. See, there are times like that where a piece will bait you into thinking it fits somewhere where it does not. And that's
Like
never
there.
fun. Like that, yes. So we're missing one piece right there. Now this. If you have a piece of place, go ahead and do it. That's definitely in the right area. Okay. Okay, we're just gonna leave that piece out for now.
I agree.
Now, see, we just both went for the same piece. When you're doing a puzzle speedrun co-op and two people go for the same piece, that's actually called dual piecing.
Yeah.
And that's a method that's usually frowned upon. However, we'll let it pass this time.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, maybe I just have the better piece grabbing tech, but, you know, it's fine. It's fine.
You do have very good piece grabbing tech. I will say, for someone who hasn't done many puzzles and has dropped out of the School of Puzzology, your piece grabbing is immaculate.
Yeah, I've been sort of labbing that one out, you know?
Mm-hmm.
In the practice rooms on that one.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna grab this box for a second, don't mind me.
Oh, please do.
I feel as if there should be more answers on the box.
Well, you know, they can't really number the pieces, otherwise it'd be too easy.
Well, actually, they did used to number the pieces.
Oh, really?
Yeah, when puzzology first came about in Mesopotamia, pieces were originally numbered, and then they realized that it might be a little too easy. So they decided to ramp up the difficulty a bit by unnumbering the pieces.
So, if I'm understanding this correctly, the earliest puzzologists were actually bad at puzzles.
It's not that they were bad at puzzles. They had a reason for numbering the pieces, and that was so they wouldn't lose any of the puzzle pieces, which is smart in theory because a lot of people tend to lose puzzle pieces. However, it was bad in practice.
Bad in practice, and you know, practice like you perform, so they were bad at puzzles. Got it.
Well, no. No. They were good at puzzles. They just didn't have the modern technique of puzzling.
Okay. Yeah, I think I get what you're saying.
Okay, perfect.
I'm sorry, did I just double piece you again?
No, you did not.
Okay, good.
Now, one thing that we definitely could be doing better is matching up the pieces by color, because as you can see, all of these pieces out here are not being matched up by color. And that's definitely going to set our time back a little bit, but it is not the end of the world because we are still making good time.
I would agree.
we should be doing though is...
This is definitely part of this tongue. Whoa, there was a corny on the ground.
There was a corny on the ground. That'll happen sometimes. So I'm assuming the other corny's on the ground somewhere as well.
Well, I'd move the whole gaming setup, but that's a lot of effort.
That is a lot of effort, and I totally understand. That's good to know, though, that there is a possibility that pieces have been set onto the ground. Cool. Okay. "45 minutes in.
45 minutes in.
I see that you found another piece of this dog.
That is correct. You know what they say, you can teach an old dog old tricks.
They do say that, in fact. No, I'm not a dog expert, so I can't, like,
Confirm
or deny that, but that does sound like something I've heard before.
I agree.
I am, however, a puzzle expert.
I can see that. The sheer speed at which you're completing this is phenomenal.
Exactly. Best puzzle speedrun ever.
Man, I hate to keep asking, but I'm really hoping for this world record. Are we still on track here?
Well, yes. As I've said, 5 hours is what we're trying to beat.
Okay, I believe it.
And by the looks of it, it looks like we are well over half of the way done with this puzzle. Now, what we need to start doing, and I believe this is detrimental to our success, is at this point, since we have a lot done, we really need to start sorting by color. So, if you want to get started on that, I have a few pieces where I think I know they should be going.
It's all up here to go in here.
Yep. Okay. So, the plan now should be to work on that one. I want to get this one finished soon too, because we're doing really well with this one right here and this one. These two specifically.
I agree with that statement.
This also goes here. Does indeed look like this might fit in up here. This is a tongue, which should go up here. Also, here's another fun fact.
Yeah.
We are missing, it looks like, 2 more pieces that will have geometric shapes. So we really have to be searching for those geometric shapes, as the shapes will lead us to the correct puzzle pieces.
Now, considering that the idea of shapes are inherently geometric, is that not redundant of a statement?
It is a redundant statement, but that is the point. In puzzology, you're supposed to make redundant statements.
Oh, okay, I believe it. Just clarifying for my viewers, obviously I knew that.
Oh, of course you knew that.
Yeah, they just don't really get to ask the questions here, you know?
Exactly. Well, as one of my old pathology professors used to always say, a day without a redundant question is a day wasted.
He actually said that out loud.
He did.
In a class.
That is an important part of pathology.
I mean, I believe it. I'm just baffled at giving that wisdom in a class, you know?
You know, he was a great man. That was also the same professor who choked on celery, and the same exact day. He was full of wisdom that one day specifically.
I believe it. From what you've told me so far in these past 50 minutes and 20 seconds.
So we've reached the 50-minute mark. Again, we're making fantastic time. Absolutely fantastic. We are coming to a sort of standstill, though.
Yeah, just a little bit of one, you know? But I think that can be solved by just looking at every piece that belongs in this section.
That can be. And I will leave that to you while I continue to do other things.
I see how this works.
Well, we need to assign roles, and you seem to be doing pretty well with that at the moment.
You know, I believe it. You know, I've never done a co-op run before, so I'm learning just as you are.
You're doing just fine.
In fact, as well as the co-op run, I've never actually done a puzzle speedrun before. Have I mentioned that yet?
You have not. That's very brave of you to say that.
Thank you.
Okay.
These aren't really cluttering that area.
Yeah, you don't want to clutter an area. Again, another saying we have in pathology is a cluttered area is not good for puzzles.
Such wisdom.
Exactly. Uh-huh. Goes there. You know, I don't think I've said this, but we are making excellent time on this puzzle.
Oh man, we are making excellent time. I don't know if I've asked recently, but how are we doing pace-wise? Like, are we on track for the world record?
Well, as you can see, we're just 53 minutes in, so we have 4 more hours before we would lose the world record. And look at that, I found the last...
You found
corny.
the last corny? Oh man, that's phenomenal. Now we actually have the scale of the puzzle.
We do have the scale of the puzzle, which will make the rest of this puzzle a lot easier.
I believe it.
Now, again, that's another saying in puzzology. When you have all of the cornies together, or edgies for those who say edgies, but we don't talk about them. When you have all of the cornies together, the puzzle becomes a lot easier. No, you might be thinking, some of these puzzle statements are very on the nose. And to answer that, yes, they are.
Oh, okay. I wasn't actually thinking that.
Well, there's no reason for them to actually be that on the nose. People in pathology are just very bad at coming up with, words, statements.
Have
things.
you ever come up with a word, statement, or thing in pathology?
I've come up with one.
What was that one? Enlighten us.
Well, you see, the statement I've come up with in pathology is, don't act, think. Because you have to think about where you're going to put the puzzle pieces, and then you act. It's one of the few times. When you're speedrunning a puzzle, you don't just act without thinking. You have to think before you act.
Oh my gosh, that is so true. And I don't think enough of my viewers out there have really thought of that recently, you know?
I don't think so either. This is very deep stuff we're talking about.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It takes like a complex mind to understand this.
Yeah.
Do you know any resources that my viewers can see to improve their mental capacity?
Yes, actually, if you go to puzzle.com, you can get a lot of puzzles and learn how to do that. Just going to your local store to buy some puzzles is a great way to improve your knowledge on puzzles. Or even taking a trip to Honduras and going to the School of Puzzology. Now, there are schools of Puzzology everywhere in South America. However, I am biased towards the one in Honduras. I believe it is the best school of Puzzology. It is the largest school of Puzzology as well.
Now, exactly how many square centimeters is that school?
Well, I haven't done the exact measurements, but if I had to guess, I would say about 1 billion square centimeters.
1 billion. Wow, that's crazy. You know, I once went to a school that had exactly 2 billion square centimeters.
Yeah? What school was that?
You know, it was the School of Puzzology in Michigan. Detroit, Michigan.
There is no School of Puzzology in Detroit, Michigan. I've said they're only in South America. You were scammed.
That explains a lot.
Yeah. No, if you're looking for a school of Puzzology, it has to be South America. Detroit, Michigan has no such school.
Man, well...
No, I have to ask, what made you think that there was a School of Puzzology in Michigan?
Well, you know, one time I got a flyer from and it was mildly threatening, but it was a flyer that showed up in the mail, and it had a picture of a mailman on it and said, "Come to Detroit, Michigan for puzzology lessons." And I was like, wow, puzzology lessons, you know? I know I rejected it in my past, but maybe this is for me now.
Okay.
It wasn't. It wasn't for me, but...
Well, that may just be because you were scammed.
You see, I see that as a full possibility, and at the same time not a possibility at all. Because I wouldn't be scammed, because that implies that I am capable of being scammed.
That makes sense.
You know, if someone tried to scam me, I would simply just tell them not to, and then go about my day.
Well, you see, that's how you think most people would do it, however.
Yeah. You know, not everyone's built the same way I am. I'm just built a little different.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Now, we really are winding up on this puzzle. We're getting close to the end.
We are.
There's still a few pieces that have to be put together. However, I can confidently say I do think we are making good time.
You think that we have maybe world record locked in? Maybe a PB today?
I think we may have... Well, we definitely have a PB today for a co-op run because I've never done a co-op puzzle before.
Okay, but say we had done one before, would we be on track for a PB?
I would say yes.
Oh, wow, that's crazy. Man, we should... I think we can push for it. Let us know in the comments if you want us to push for that PB.
However, we are making fantastic time. We are 58 minutes in exactly, and we have, again, 4 hours before we are officially,
not the
world record holders.
And you wouldn't want to be not the world record holder.
Exactly.
I want to hold the world record.
Sometimes the puzzle piece just like slips in your hand, and that's what happened right there.
Oh, I believe it.
We just call that a slip.
Really, they have a term for that.
They do. It's just called a slip. It's nothing special, but...
What are some of your other favorite terms in puzzology?
Well, my favorite term in puzzology is definitely corny. I absolutely love the cornies. You can learn so much by putting the cornies together.
Oh, I have put that together now. The corny thing, not that piece specifically.
Okay. Some other terms that I really like is when you finish a puzzle, it's called a fine. Like, it's fine, it's done. If you're going to restart a puzzle, we call that a teardown because you're breaking the puzzle.
Yeah.
If you're missing a piece, just one piece in the puzzle, we call that disappointment.
Oh man, that's what my father called me.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I'm glad to know that I was named after a puzzle terminology.
Well, if your father is such a big puzzologist as you say he is.
Oh, I promise you, he is.
Okay. I have no reason to not believe you.
For legal reasons, that's a joke, but it's also not, because if I said it was a joke, that means I would have lied, and I've never lied in my life.
I believe that.
Good.
I believe the speedrun timer just went out.
Oh, nope, I just need to move the mouse on the screen. We have hit the 1 hour mark.
Cool. 4 more of these until we're not world record holders.
4 more of these. Now, do you think we'll be here for another 4?
I do not. However, we are making really good time.
Now, would you say, theoretically, that we are on track for a world record?
Yes, I would say we're on track for a world record.
You know, I'm glad that this news of being on track for a world record has you like laughing yourself into tears almost.
I'm just so happy that I could cry right now.
I'm glad too, but we gotta finish the run before we claim that record, you know?
You're right. I'm so ahead of myself right now.
It happens, you know. They have a saying for this in the world of puzzology.
Well, how would you know that? I mean, they do.
Well, I was assuming they do, and I was hoping you'd say it, but now you've called me on my bluff.
They do. It's called, it's actually called blorping.
Blorping?
Blorping, yeah. This was one of the ones that was actually made before they were on the nose. So it's called blorping because there was actually someone who was so excited that they started crying, and when they cried, it sounded like they were saying blorp. It was really weird. You can look it up. Just look up blorping.
Let us know in the comments if you looked up blorping.
But yeah, that's why it's called blorping. So at that moment, I was indeed blorping.
You know, that is so true, and you were so brave for saying it out loud.
Not as brave as saying that this is my first puzzle speedrun. Like you.
Well, you know, I am just a little braver than you, and I'm glad you can acknowledge that.
Oh, of course, of course.
But only a little. You know, gotta stay humble on this channel, you know. Just stay humble.
100, I get it, 100%. So after you finish this puzzle, are you planning on doing more speedruns?
Yes, actually. I was gonna ask you after we finish this puzzle if you'd like to come back to the New Game Plus run of this.
That sounds absolutely fantastic. I would love to come back for the New Game Plus run of this.
Fantastic. Well, you heard it here first, folks. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you ring that notification bell so you get notified when we come back for the New Game Plus run of this dog puzzle.
Okay.
Now we're hitting a bit of wall here. You think this is going to affect our chances of getting the record?
I really don't think that... I think we're still making good time.
Okay, I believe it.
As I've said, 5 hours is the record on any sort of dog puzzle.
Now, theoretically, if the viewers thought that we were in a bit of a bind here, would you be able to reassure them by saying that we are still on track?
Oh, we're definitely not in a bind. We're definitely still on track right now.
Okay, cool. Make sure you continue watching the video so you know if we're in a bind later instead.
Which I can tell you we will not be in a bind with my expert puzzling skills and your not as expert puzzling skills, but still pretty good for a newcomer.
Well, you know, I did go to the School of Puzzology in Honduras as well.
Well, yes, but you did indeed drop out, so...
Well, son, you know who else dropped out of college? Steve Jobs.
Steve Jobs did drop out of college. I can agree to that fact.
And that is proof to every American citizen that if you drop out of college, you're going to own Apple.
Oh, I'm just blorping again. I'm just so excited to hold this world
I'm feeling
record.
the same way.
Oh man, okay. So, we're getting to the more difficult part. The end of the puzzle is actually called I totally lost the term. I'm so embarrassed.
You probably should be.
Yeah, I definitely should be. But anyways, when you're at the end of a puzzle, in puzzology, we call that the finisher.
The finisher.
And the entire time you're towards the end is the finisher. So I would say we're in the finisher right now, actually.
Oh, man.
Now, we made really good progress on this one specifically right here, because if you If you've been watching closely, viewers, and you know what's going on, this was the least completed box in the puzzle. And now it is one of the most completed boxes in the puzzle.
You know, I was here for that, and I would also agree with that statement.
Perfect. You heard it from him. Now. Okay.
It does.
We've really got to get focused now.
Well, you know how I get when I get gamer focused.
Oh, I know.
Is that this? It is.
Good job. Okay.
And these colors are all just the same now.
They are all very similar colors.
Is there a term in the puzzling world for when all the colors start to mix together?
Yes, that is actually just called color mixing.
I believe it.
It's, again, very on the nose, but we like our on the nose statements in puzzology.
I would agree with that statement. As an ex-puzzologist myself, yeah, we do enjoy it a lot.
Ex-puzzologist is a very light term for you viewers at home.
It is a very light term. We have completed a full dog face now. Almost.
Almost.
The
Not
face
quite.
is completed.
We have completed the face. However, there is still a bit of the ear that we are looking for.
No.
And while we're still looking for that, we should definitely continue on completing the other dogs. It's important that we keep our time going up because right now we're actually making really good time. I don't think I've mentioned that ever.
Oh, you've never mentioned that. Now, I do have a question for you.
Yeah.
Theoretically, in case we finished in about 2.5 hours, would we still be on track for the world record?
We still would be on track for the world record, actually. You know, the world record right now is actually 5 hours. So.
Oh man, that's crazy. Now, what about our current position? Are we still on track for that?
I'm blurping again because we are on track for that.
Man, that's crazy, dude.
Okay, so we're. Oh man, I can't believe this is happening. No, you're good. Okay, so while we are on track, we definitely need to keep working hard. Keep looking and keep trying to do the best we can to finish this puzzle.
Well, you know what they say, working hard or hardly working.
They do in fact say that. That actually came from puzzology, believe it or not.
Really? That's
Yeah.
crazy.
No, so one day we caught somebody doing their job when they were supposed to be doing a puzzle. So they were like, hey, working hard or hardly working, obviously with the connotation that they should be hardly working.
Mm-hmm.
And then the real world took it and changed it to make that the bad connotation.
Oh man, that's
Because,
crazy.
yeah, in puzzology, you're supposed to devote everything to puzzles. However, that person was not doing that, and that was not okay.
Man, could you imagine actually being employed?
No, I couldn't.
No, I'm blurping.
Me too. It's just so exciting
Yeah.
to think that we're gonna hold the world record.
Man, I can't wait to hold a world record. This will actually be the first world record I've ever held in my life.
Really?
If we get it, so let's go for it.
It will be. Well, we are making good time right now.
We are making good time now. Would you say that we're on track for the world record?
We are. We really are.
Man, that's good news. I like to hear that kind of news.
Oh yeah, it's the best news.
Now, did you know that Pizza Hut used to have hats?
Did they now? But where did the hats go?
I don't know. Pizza Hut, you should respond on Twitter to us asking about the hats.
Yes, please. I need to talk to you, Pizza Hut.
I agree. When was the last time you had Pizza Hut?
I actually haven't had Pizza Hut in a long time. It's been a few years. That being said, if Pizza Hut wants to sponsor me, I would not be against that.
You know who else I'd like to sponsor me?
Who?
I don't know. I was asking you.
Monster Energy?
No, not Monster Energy. I don't know
Oh.
them as a sponsor. I mean, if you did sponsor us, I wouldn't be complaining. You know, you know, but you know, gotta stay family friendly, brand safe. So if you can brand yourself as family friendly, I will accept your sponsorship, Monster.
Perfect.
That's not an acceptance. That's a challenge.
All right. So I'm just gonna have a few more of these pineapple enzymes,
Ooh, tactical pineapple enzymes, everyone.
and that's the end of my pineapple.
Now, do you think that being the end of the pineapple is going to affect the run?
I don't think it's gonna affect the run. I think this is gonna give us exactly what we need to finish the run.
Okay, that's important. Now, if we finish the run right now, would we be on track for a world record?
We would be on track for a world record, believe it or not. The world record for an any percent puzzle run with dogs is 5 hours.
Oh, man,
So
that's
we're
crazy.
making good time.
Man, that's great.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I've mentioned it yet, the speed run, but this is actually the first puzzle speed run I've ever done.
You know, I was just about to ask you if you've ever done a puzzle speedrun before. That's so brave of you to admit that.
Thank you. I am braver than most.
Just slightly, though.
Well, you know, kind of a lot, but also slightly.
Yeah, no, I know exactly what you mean.
I'm glad. I found the one that goes up there.
Wow, good job.
It's like I'm almost as good as you at puzzles now.
Hold up now. Remember what I said about multitasking? I'm multitasking right now, so I'm not performing at my best.
Well, you know what they say, perform at your best sometimes.
That is actually another puzzology term.
Really?
Yeah, so perform at your best sometimes because if you perform at your best all the time, you're always giving your all, and that just can't be healthy. In puzzology, we pride ourselves on not performing our best all the time.
Man, that's crazy.
Yeah. Now you see, we're coming to the end of the puzzle,
We are.
which you'd think would make it easier, but actually, believe it or not, it's more difficult when you're at the end of the puzzle.
Now, why would you say that is?
Because when you're at the end of the puzzle, all of the puzzle pieces start to look the same, and you don't know which one goes where.
Oh man, do they like have a term for that?
They do. It's called. It's actually just called puzzling.
Puzzling. Okay.
Because they didn't know what the name for this was. The original name for puzzles were actually fitty pieces that go together.
Fitty pieces that go to. Make sure you write that down in the comment section.
However, when the Mesopotamians were like at the end of their fitty pieces that go together game, one of them said, of course, in their language, not in English,
Yeah.
this is puzzling. And then they liked puzzling, so that's where puzzle comes from.
That's where puzzle comes from. Okay. There will be a test on this.
Now, and by no means am I saying the Mesopotamians were not smart by calling it like fitty pieces go together game or whatever they called it.
Yeah.
But they just weren't the best at naming. Nobody in puzzology is the best at naming. Like even Blorbing has a story behind it.
Oh man, what's the story behind Blorbing?
Well, I don't think I've actually said that. But Blorbing is when you start crying when you're about to win a world record in puzzles. Because there was someone who, when they started crying, it sounded like they were saying blorb.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's a wild fact.
Man, would you say we're coming up on the end of the run here?
I would say that we're coming up on the end of the run. We're getting close.
Getting close, man.
We could be closer, but we're getting there.
Now, I have to ask, because the viewers out there are probably wanting to know,
Mm-hmm.
if we finished right now, would we be on track for a world record?
You know, we actually would be on track for a world record if we finished right now. You see, the world record for a puzzle of dogs is actually 5 hours. So
A puzzle of dogs or this puzzle of dogs?
a puzzle of dogs. I've never studied this puzzle of dogs before.
Okay. So if we finish right now, we don't just have the record for this puzzle, we have the record for all dog puzzles?
We do have the record for all 300-piece dog puzzles specifically.
Wow. If you want to cheer us on, you can cheer us on by ringing that notification bell.
Couldn't have said that better myself.
We finished our first dog quiz.
Perfect.
I've definitely never said that before in a run, you know?
Yeah.
It'd be a shame if I said it falsely before. Do they have a term for that?
They do. It's just called fakeifying.
Man, fakeifying, that's crazy. Now,
Yeah.
what goes into fakeifying? Is there a penalty for that?
There is a penalty for fakeifying. If you fakeify a puzzle, it's null and void. That it does not count towards anything. Your speedrun is completely null and you have to restart.
Oh man, that's crazy. So like, say we nullified this right now, would we be nullifying something that's on world record pace?
We would be nullifying something that's on world record pace.
So what you're saying here is that we are on world record pace?
We are on world record pace right now, actually. We are an hour and 16 minutes in. And the world record pace for a puzzle of a dog is 5 hours.
Man, that's crazy.
It's absolutely wild. But we are doing a phenomenal job right here. I'm not going to say we're some of the best puzzlers out there, but...
Well, I mean, why would you say it?
Exactly.
Well, let the puzzle speak for itself, you know?
No, I know exactly what you're saying.
I'm glad.
And I couldn't agree more.
But say, hypothetically, what if you could agree more?
Well, if I could agree more, I would, but I can't.
Sounds kind of like fake friend, but okay.
What do you mean?
Oh, yeah, nothing. It's fine. I'm fine. Now, would you say for a puzzle of this type, this is pretty challenging?
This is a rather challenging puzzle for this type. Out of all the 300-piece dog puzzles I have done, this seems to be the most challenging. But so far, it's also been the most rewarding.
Most rewarding. Now, how would you say that?
Well, you see, every time I fit a piece in this puzzle, I just feel, I can feel the proudness and the excitement and the rewardingness of the puzzle coming together. It's just, it has a good feeling that goes along with putting the pieces together. And not every puzzle can match that feeling.
Now, how many times per puzzle do you typically blorb?
I tend to blorb quite a bit during puzzles, more than the average person. I tend to blorb like 2 to 5 times during a puzzle. I've probably done it a little more this time because this is a speed run. However, blorbing is a very natural process, and you should not be ashamed if you blorb while you are puzzling.
Man, I'm glad, because I feel like I'm about to blorb pretty soon.
Yeah?
Yeah, you know, just the thought of, like, I need you to tell me, are we on track for a world record right now?
You know, we actually are on track for a world record right now. So the world record... I'm blorbing, I'm so sorry.
It happens.
The world record for a 300-piece dog puzzle is 5 hours, and we're only an hour and 19 minutes in, actually almost an hour and 20 minutes in.
Oh, man, that's crazy.
It is crazy, and, you know, I think we're just doing a good job. We're on track. Now, I have to ask, is this your first speedrun of a puzzle that you've ever done?
Actually, you know, it is my first speedrun of a puzzle. I appreciate you asking me that, because I don't think I've ever mentioned that here before.
No, you definitely haven't. Thank you for telling me that.
Was that valuable information?
It was very valuable information. Can I see that piece?
Yeah.
That does not go there. Now you see, we're at the part in the puzzle where you almost have to just kind of figure out on your own where all the pieces go. It's not... At this point, it's almost a question of how do I put them together instead of where do they go. If that makes sense, if you understand what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, I fully understand what you're saying. You know, I didn't spend 4 years at the Detroit, Michigan School of Puzzology for nothing.
Yeah, you didn't spend 4 years of school at the School of Puzzology in Detroit, Michigan because it doesn't exist.
You know, I was trying to ignore that fact.
Well, I'm just here to remind you that that fact is indeed true.
But what if it hurts another puzzle? We're getting so close right now.
We are getting close.
Now, I know we're getting close, so I think the viewers at home want to know, are we on world record pace right now?
We are on world record pace right now. I'll have you know that I'm blorbing because we're on world record pace. Oh man, do you want to know the world record for a 300-piece dog puzzle?
Yes, I would, actually.
It's 5 hours. I'll have you know.
What piece was I just looking at?
Now. This is where the real difficulty comes in because
I believe it.
as you can see, we have almost all of these dogs done except for this one right here. So a lot of it's going to be how do we get that dog to work instead of how do we get all of these pieces to fit. So expect a lot of confusion. Perfect. Okay. So we're an hour, 22 minutes in. We're making good record time, actually.
We're making good record time now. Would you say we're on world record pace right now?
We are on world record pace right now.
Oh, that makes me happy. Now, just in case the viewers at home didn't know, what's the term for crying so hard that you're about to laugh? In puzzology, which is the opposite of blorbing, which is laughing so hard you're about to cry from enjoyment.
That's actually, it sounds very similar to blorbing, but it's called bubbing.
Bubbing?
Yeah, because the same person who blorbed had a laugh that sounded like bub.
Oh.
So we call it bubbing.
That's rather pleasant.
It is.
Another dog face.
Perfect. We are getting really close. We're definitely on record time right now.
Oh man.
Okay. You know, I really think we're going to get this done in the record time.
Oh, really? What would that record time be, actually?
It would be 5 hours for a dog puzzle.
5 hours for a dog puzzle, not any specific one, just a dog
No,
puzzle?
just, well, a 300-piece dog puzzle.
Okay.
Better specified.
That's an important specification for our viewers out there.
It is.
Oh man, we just double-pieced.
We did double piece.
This is so exciting. I've never felt a rush like this before.
That definitely goes there.
Time.
1 hour, 24 minutes, and 39.7 seconds.
Oh my gosh, it's a PB!
That is a
It's a
PB!
PB, let's